Some marriages don't end because somebody cheated or somebody betrayed your trust. It's just that you're tired of having the same fight every single day. So in today's episode, we're going to look at what happens when the vows you made feel like shackles and it feels like you're in a war zone.
Welcome back to another episode of the Husband and Life podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about all the things to do with love, growth, and a couple of things that, couples don't like to talk about out loud.
So today's going to hit deep, because we've all been there. The shouting matches, you were wrong, I was right, what you doing? And then that silence. That is so loud,
It's all about this episode being about the things for the wives, talking about those wives that find themselves crying on the bathroom floor, those husbands that just want to walk out and just breathe because they've had enough.
I need space.
I need my space, okay? We're talking about marriage and warfare and how you're going to be able to survive and make sure that you stay together. And we're talking about that today because of the dilemma we've been sent.
Another one.
When we find our dilemmas, it's so important to ensure that the topic and the episode marry together. So
yes,
let's get into the dilemma. It reads,
do you love travel and do you love money? Now, we have been able to combine the two things that we love the most, which is travel and money. And here we are living the lifestyle that we've always dreamed about. We are no longer worrying about our annual leave because we are not 9-to-5ers and we're not living paycheck to paycheck. You can monetize travel to help you live the lifestyle that you want, travel the world, and help other people understand how they can travel the world too. We help our clients to book the most amazing holidays, just like this one that we're on at the moment. And we want to help other people also live this lifestyle. So if you're interested, please do send us a message and we will give you all the information that you want. Making travel pay, that's what we do.
it's been 3 years since we said I do, and 2.5 of those years have felt like I was clinging to a life raft in the middle of a storm. Not marriage, not love, just survival. Every day we're at war over laundry, bills, the kids' homework, even the way he breathes when he's annoyed. Hey. That heavy breathing. Can you just breathe over there?
He went from I love the way you breathe on me. Now it's like, why is he breathing?
Why are you so loud? We go from explosive shouting matches to ghosting each other under the same roof. Wow, it's a roller coaster. Last month, something broke in me. I had just told my husband quietly, shaking, I feel invisible. And do you know what he did?
No.
He shrugged. Shrugged. Like my entire emotional collapse was just another task on his to-do list.
There you go again.
I walked into the bathroom, locked the door, turned on the fan and cried into a towel so the kids wouldn't hear, because God forbid they see me weak again. Oh my gosh.
This is a regular thing.
This is a regular thing. The worst part, I don't even remember what his laugh sounds like anymore.
Hey.
We used to flirt. Now we fight over dish placement. I used to fall asleep in his arms. Now I sleep with my back to him, clutching a pillow for comfort. He no longer offers. And then last week, I found a love note. Found a love note. Let's hope it's for her. I found a love note, not from another woman. Oh, thank God. But from myself. Tucked in an old journal back when we were dating. Oh, he makes me feel seen, held, and safe, is what it read. I stared at it like it was written by a stranger. Because that girl,
he's not.
That version of us, feels like a fairy tale. I sat on the floor of our bedroom, knees to my chest, reading that note over and over and over again like it was a map back to something I don't even know how to find anymore. Gosh, this is deep. I'm not just sad, I'm scared. Scared that this is it. That we made a sacred promise to fight for each other, but somehow we've ended up as opponents. Oh, he's the op. not partners. And I'm terrified that we're in a place where love sounds like silence and feels like war.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is a deep one. This is very painful.
Jesus.
Where do we start, babes?
I think it's important that for everybody listening that they understand that every couple that is listening, they need to understand that they're not alone. And that marriage is not constant bliss. It's not always on up, 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 up. Because sometimes, it's not bliss. And the real issue is here, we need to understand that the enemy is not you, babes, or it's not me, babes, yeah? It's miscommunication, you okay? It's the traumas that we're dealing with, the unhealed wounds we're just walking around with that haven't really healed.
And it's funny you talk about that because we are already dealing with battles before we've met. We're dealing with childhood trauma. We're dealing with past relationships. We're even dealing with, we're even dealing with, pressures from society, pressures from family. That's all building up, okay? And that is what is going on within your household. Your household now feels like a battlefield because you're dealing with all that previous pain, frustration, suffering. You're bringing it into your marriage, into your home. So now your home is no longer a safe space. It's now a battlefield.
See, the biggest mistakes couples make, we find, is they treat each other like the enemy, and they're forgetting that the person you're fighting against was the person you said, I'm going to be fighting with. Battling against anything, any ops that come, we're going to be side by side.
It's us against the world.
Get the
Get the gun.
Load
Load up.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. And that's the thing, we have to think about how we're going to use tools to help us heal these issues that we have, this conflict that we have. It's really important to create, a code, a fight code. You need a fight code. You need to say, no name calling, no walking out, just walking out, no stonewalling, no silence. And absolutely, this is so important, not to bring the past mistakes that you've made into the current argument.
You've done it that time and that.
Because we're not here to score points about who did better and who did this. That doesn't help your argument whatsoever. Remember that you need to know that you're going to have conflict. It's unavoidable, okay?
If you're being honest.
You are two different people coming together. Even twins argue. Okay? Even twins argue. They spend all their lives together. They know everything about each other and they still argue. So what makes you think that you as husband and wife, spouse and spouse are not going to argue? So you need to make sure that you have that language that is kind. Even in your fight, that you're kind and you don't cross boundaries.
Yeah, so I think, I found that I was reading the other day, and there's something called like the war room rule. So essentially, how I understood it is, before you fight with your spouse, you need to go into yourself, yes, center yourself, yes, pray to God, or however you center your spirit, okay, pray over their mind, give them the benefit of the doubt. What were they trying to say? No, what did they say? What did they mean with their intentions? Were they trying to hurt me? Were they trying to offend me? Don't just rush to argue. Fight in their spirit, first. Within. Don't try, because...
Have the fight with Jesus Christ.
First,
Savior. He will show you the way. He will guide you. He will say, calm down, relax, take a breath before you go in with the...
And then you say, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, then your apology takes 7 working days to come back,
Takes time. Takes time to find your soft voice.
To go back into the account, But when they take the money out, it goes...
5 to 7 working days. That's 2 weeks, man. Oh, gosh. And the last one, babes? Let's give them a last one.
We need to have check-ins.
Aye.
You need to have check-ins because every week, me and Kel sit down, put our phones down, and just talk to each other and go, babe, how are you doing? How are you feeling? What have you been battling with this week? What do you need from me? How can I show up for you this week? And you'll be surprised. Just having a constant conversation, that consistency starts breaking down walls, start making those problems and those things you thought were almost impossible so much easier. The difficult conversations become so smooth because you're constantly being consistent and showing up and serving and being of service
Service.
to your spouse.
And I think, if you are in a season where you feel like you're in some serious marriage and warfare, know that you are not alone, first of all. We are all experiencing it at different times in our marriage. And also know that you're not crazy. Because, sometimes you think, what the hell is going on? Am I mad?
Is it me?
Is it me? Like, no, it's bound to happen. Like we said, it's unavoidable. It's just about how you go about it. Your fight style is very important. If you're going to be malicious with the fight, you want to kill with the fight, know that your relationship ain't going to make it, okay?
It ain't going to
It's
make
not going to make it because, like we said, your spouse is not your enemy. Yeah, everybody else outside the marriage is the enemy. You need to fight those people, not your spouse. You and your spouse should be in a partnership. The word partnership is very important. Yes, they're going to annoy you. Yes, they're going to irritate you. Yes, things are going to just irk you, yeah? You just have to know when to say something.
The kids now say, they give me the ick. Ick.
You need to know, how to say it. You have to say it with kindness. Even though you're just as angry as possible, but know that you have to have honest conversations. You have to sit your person down. Get the environment right, like we say, Make sure that they are hearing you. Okay? They
Don't be
can't hear you when
combative. You're combative.
you have to say it loud. You have to say it softly. You have to say it with kindness. Kindness is the biggest one. If you're saying it with kindness, it's gonna land. It's gonna make sense for them.
It's true, because you're not just going to give up your marriage and your relationship just because you're in the crossfire. Do you know what I mean? You have to see how you can persevere through this. Remember why you started. Remember that note, like you said. You go back and look at that note and remember, wow, what were we doing differently that made this happen? How were we connecting like that?
Oh my goodness, yes.
You know?
What made me write this note to say that he makes me safe, I feel seen, I feel loved? What was he doing? What was I doing? Go back to that.
That's what I say. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage, okay? Just two imperfect people that refuse to quit. I ain't giving up with you,
Powerful. That's powerful, babe.
I know that. Till after death. Yeah?
To the death. So if this episode resonated with you, this is our 2 cents. You know how we like to give our 2 cents. We want to hear your 2 cents. Make sure you drop a comment. Make sure you share this with a friend that you know who needs to hear this. This is serious business when it comes to marriage and warfare, okay? So make sure you share it, like it, subscribe, of course, so that you can find out about all the other episodes that we have.
And if you're new to the channel, I don't know how, but welcome. You're here. Okay, you made a great decision. And if you enjoy this episode, and you're thinking, what else that you guys have that is very similar? Because I kind of resonate with this. I need this in my life. This can help me get to where I need to. Okay, so we got you covered, okay? No more butterflies, just bills and silence. It's right there. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you again next week. Peace. Love you.